Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. Back with another one. This is Thursday Thrills, uh, the 71st edition. We are right back at it again. All right, all right. Let's see what we got end up in here. Because I'm going to check in the studio for a minute and make sure we get down to business. Okay, I ain't got everything set up. Okay, good. I gotta check my little settings real quick. Found a new place. I might have to reconsider, but I'll let y'all know probably the end of the year. Probably the end of the year. Probably the end of the year. I'll probably let you know in the year. I gotta see first. I gotta experiment first. If not, I'll do a vlog stream about it. But can't promise y'all a thing. I gotta see first. Because I found something that might be useful. He says, shout out to you. All right, what's going on, APTV? What's going on, man? Salute. Yeah, man. Like this is gonna be interesting topic. All my other what you call it, the people I subscribe to, they're on the same platform I'm about to be headed, but it's growing. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. I guess that's the move, but this will be here. This will be all right. It ain't really like much, but I tell people just don't invest in it too much because it's the lawsuit. I have to say that on another time, but I'll let y'all know about it probably. I ain't gonna say next year. I'll probably let y'all know probably end of the month or something or next month. Just give me this month to get my head clear and I'll let y'all know about it. But it's a platform that I really like, and I'm liking it for a start. I made a shortcut to it on my thing. And yes, I paid the damn data storage because my stuff is all blocked up. That 15 gigabyte wasn't gonna do it. And I had to extend. I had some extra money. I don't mind paying in November, but of course, I have to because I ain't doing much content. But I needed the space just for presentation if people want to act stupid. That's for my pre-records, but not for my live streams because my live streams, I'm gonna section them right. Try to make my throat not to hurt. Okay, it's a lot of going on. Like I told you, my thoughts on the Republican debate stage. I saw it on another platform. Most people went to Rumble or wherever. I saw it on there, and that's growing as well. But it's kind of funny. They all was talking about Trump, right? But there was an interesting person that was not up there, Larry Elder. They said he was crying. He didn't get the debate. So I told you they didn't want him. He lost against Gavin Newsom. Why would Larry Elder run for president? I won't be surprised they didn't need him because I mentioned this before on my previous Wednesday drops, like my pre-record Wednesdays. I have like 8:15, like the political drops. I told you, man, they already know who they wanted, and they rather have Tim Scott. He's controllable, but in reality, Mike Pence may win it. I may see him win it out because since he's close to Trump, everybody else is no credible. They try to say DeSantis is gonna win. DeSantis ain't gonna do shit. He's not gonna win. Ain't nobody gonna vote for his weak ass. It's bullshit. There'll be dirt on him and immediately he'll be out of the race. There wasn't no uh, a guy that did something in Guantanamo Bay and tortured people for a living. Ain't nobody vote for that. DeSantis better be careful. What he did to Florida, a lot of people don't like Florida now. Florida's done lost his mind. They say explosive. Okay. I'll check ticket out later. Y'all gotta understand something. Yeah, man. Shouts out to what's his name? He does street media TV. George Macon. He said the cover up. The Philadelphia police gunned down unarmed man and attempt to cover it up. Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that. Shouts out to Philly though. That thing is very noticeable right now. It's a lot of things going on in Philly. his South box off boys, man. Everybody's going in on LeBron. He deserved it, like he didn't go to Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame thing. And shouts out to the LDBC and Lions Den basketball community, man. They kicking ass. Too Raw and everybody, man. We killing it. We killing on every other platform, man. We just chilling. I saw something on the Levitar show today. It was a mean and this Israel Gutierrez, right? They call him Izzy, right? He made that fucking nigga walk out of the damn podcast, and then he come right back tripping about some emotional shit, and then Israel just didn't want to have it. But he's just like, fuck it. And he left the show. He wasn't gonna be on next week. He was like a guest. I mean, that show's wild. The Levitar show's wild. It's just like ESPN all over again. Imagine them buying ESPN though. The Levitar show. I mean, I'm subscribed to them. They have some funny takes and things like that. But let that sink in. Her name is Boss Lady Denise. Oh, she shared that. Oh yeah, she's okay. Everybody use the word plus size and they just overly use it. I don't know why. This girl says she's mixed with Filipino, but she's Latin, but she says she's black and Latin. I think she's black and Latin. She's stretching it with the Asian look. I don't think she's Asian. I don't buy that. You just look Latina to me. Talk heavy podcast. Shouts to the Dev. Dev doing this thing. I'm gonna put that on Noti on. The shocking decision to turn down. ARP is doing big things. Shouts to the RBE. That dude's solid. I like his style. He's actually changing battle rap for what it is. Okay. And y'all subscribe to Uncommon Sense. Uncommon Sense has a good channel. He talks about Michael Jordan. It's a pro Michael Jordan channel. If y'all into that, go subscribe. His name is Uncommon Sense. He supports True Raw and them guys, right? And he's part of the LDBC. Y'all support him and LB if y'all into that type of thing, because I love those channels, man. And a lot of people try to say, don't support Kwame Brown. I'm starting to like Kwame more because he's going after certain people. Now he's doing the thing. I appreciate him, man. Rudy Giuliani surrenders at the Fulton County Jail under RICO. Oh, he's through. Yeah. He's a corrupt motherfucker. Fuck Giuliani. Little clown. He had it coming. Let's not act like, oh, he had something. No, he had it coming. He's boo bapping his ass to the try to talk all that shit and try to arrest those mafia men. Payback's a bitch, huh? Oh man, let me read this. Let me read this from Twitter. Y'all gonna hear this shit. And my girl said, shouts out to 40K Cups. Salute to her. But hey, you know how I get down over here. He said, OnlyFans reported. This is by Mixtake's tweet. He tweeted this in Mixtakes. This fool tweeted this. He said, OnlyFans reported $5.55 billion in total spending by users for their fiscal year ended November 30, 2022, but up 16% from the year prior, with creators taking home nearly $4.5 billion of that. Now, this is what my girl response said. She said, but no one's buying. I'm going to let y'all think what y'all want to think. Uh-oh. That's some true shit. Ain't nobody buying that shit now. They did last year, yeah. They taking all that money. They living off that billions. I just saw that in a tweet. Let that sink in. She told y'all let that sink in. Like, yeah, ain't nobody buying that shit. Everything's going on. We talk about current events and everything's going on the internet, YouTube, you name it, Twitter. I got it all, man. I see a whole bunch of bullshit on here. It is what it is, man. But you got to look at the big picture. Twitter's a madhouse. I'm not trying to say anything's bad, but I mean, it's just wild. Miss too much. Miss too much is all right. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Like I think what's going on. People are just having a good time and things like that. But shouts out to APTV. Yeah, Telegram is okay, man. I got it on my phone. I got it on my cell phone, so don't you worry, man. I check it not regularly, but I try to keep in tap what's going on. But salute to the videos, man. I know you got Instagram and everything, but I'll check some of that shit out. I'll be in the loop. I don't be on the internet as much, but I'll be in the loop what's going on. I just keep it up into tabs and things like that. But I mostly be on Twitter, be browsing what's the latest goofiness going on. But Twitter's been wild and it's been bland. It's been dry. Like each year, it's gotten what it is. It's more like an adult content is popular on Twitter. But I know I got a lot of haters that's not in the chat right now. But shouts out to APTV for coming through and salute. He doing this thing. I know I got haters everywhere. But that's why I'm thinking about this other platform. I've been saying that it's growing, but it's going to inspire more people to join. I'll let y'all know. I'll test it out for myself. I'm not gonna let you know what day I drop content. It is what it is, but that shit is wild, man. Like I think I'm starting to like it. But shouts out to Ticket for putting me on to the content. It is really cool what they have set up over there. And I'm starting to agree with Ticket. Yeah, I might have to it's not gonna be the same content that y'all used to. I'm gonna talk about some real shit mixed with current events. I'm gonna keep it as that. I'm not gonna talk about that the Hebrew stuff. That's gonna be on this channel. I have one channel talk about the current events and stuff. I might as well not talk about the Hebrew stuff. I might as well keep that on YouTube. That's what I'm known for. But out of that, yeah, I don't get into it. And then I talk about the political aspect and just put some knowledge and look at dates and stuff. Talk about both sides and then be fair. You know what I'm saying? I don't pick sides. But then again, you got to see the big picture. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that presidential race is crazy. That shit is crazy. I saw that damn debate. That debate is bullshit. And Larry Elder, all he did was Charlemagne. He just proved my point that he's a C word just like he is. But I like to combat though what he threw at Charlemagne. But it's just what I thought. I told you it backfired. They got the last laugh. Their laughing stock too. Them niggas did all that reaction video for nothing. But salute the ones that reacted to it. Yeah, it's crazy, but y'all was thirsty for content. I told you it was BS. Like y'all don't listen to me. I told you it backfired. I mean, Larry Elder wasn't doing shit. That was just he was trying to get some votes in and try to dude, it's too late, man. Hell, you weren't even on the debate stage. And that's even worse. They don't even want your ass there, man. He's a year older than my pops, I believe. He's about what, 71? Dude, lucky he's been alive. This dude crazy. Talking about they gonna free Trump. Get out of here. Trump ain't gonna do shit. Or Giuliani, man. It's over for them. Y'all in a pipe dream. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Stop praising motherfuckers that don't care nothing about you, bro. I'm just, he's a radio host for years, but you think a radio host guy, see, he's been in radio for years. He know how to handle Charlamagne. That was easy, and he knows radio. He writes books and everything. He's a scholar in that. But try to run for governor and then you're a radio guy. That's not good. I mean, Larry Elder should have known that. Yeah, he's a year older than my pops. He just had his birthday. His birthday was a couple of months ago. It was in April. So he's a Taurus. No wonder. Yeah, he's stubborn as hell. Come on, man. You already know damn well you ain't gonna win, bruh. You too shrewd. Bruh, understand this. You are too shrewd to think like this. You are too shrewd. He was born what? April 27th. That is he's a Taurus baby. He's April Taurus, typical. He worse than that the court jester I used to clown. See, them guys are shrewd like me. Y'all can't be on that type of time and say, "Oh, I'm gonna run for president." No, nigga, you is what you is. You shrewd. I mean, shrewd's not a bad word. I mean, you shrewd and you have that attitude, man. You can't expect people to not to like you. They know you're too honest. They know y'all too honest. Oh my god. Ooh, I need to quit getting distracted. I need to quit getting distracted. Yeah, but yeah, dude thought he could take on the whole world in that debate. Bruh, you're not taking that on. Go sit down, please. Yeah. Let me get off Twitter. Twitter's gonna get me in trouble. But I done turned it down. I'm looking at Kwame in his live, he talking about niggas acting crazy, acting derelict over there. But yeah, Kwame, you should know niggas are stupid, bro. Niggas been stupid. I'm gonna talk bad about these niggas on another platform so I can say what the fuck I want to say, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah, man. Yacht party at the yacht party. Everybody tripping. Everybody tripping. Oh, I wasn't gonna be there. You know I ain't. If I went to that yacht party, man, that has been crazy. Shout to the old girl though. I wasn't gonna go there because I wasn't trying to waste no money out there. I was focused on some other shit. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that Larry thought he was, dude. You too shrewd. You destroyed everybody in that so-called fake debate on the radio station. Then you try to get on the debate show. They know how crazy you is, Larry. Larry, you gonna be you gonna be who you are, man. And they see right through the BS. They see right through it. They said, Larry, you're not that nigga no more. So it's kind of like, Charlemagne, he understood his place. Did they get the last laugh? Technically, they did. If Larry Elder was not on that debate show last night, that's just saying something. That lets me know the Republican Party is still gonna be who they are. I told you it don't matter. You notice why Charlemagne did not get emotional in this so-called beatdown and you know took the school. Envy knew he was gonna get killed because Charlemagne set him up. It's friction right now on that show, as y'all know, right? But it actually helped Charlemagne for once. They was trying to set Larry up, right? They couldn't get him on the show, but I won't be surprised if Charlemagne knows somebody in that Republican Party said, "Don't let that nigga on." I mean, I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, but there's probably some proof in that. I think that somebody in that show, the Breakfast Club, whoever owns that show, right, or Charlemagne them and somebody from the top said, "Don't let that nigga on that platform, on the debate platform." It's a possibility because think about it. He was saying too much. They didn't want a nigga like that. You know why? They don't want a guy like, well, like you niggas want to quote Thomas Sowell. That's because they're too realistic. I told my dad this. They're too realistic because they'll get shit done and they get exposed. Once you try to get close, look what they did to Herman Cain and them. Once he's trying to get into his little spirit, that's not how you do it, nigga. Neither party's going to save you. You got to do the work for yourself. They showed you in history, man. Esau always got something in the back door. Got y'all. Exactly. He was getting money. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying the whole fucking time. He was getting funding during this fake debate by the Breakfast Club, but it backfired on him. Somebody from the top of their show stopped him from getting that debate stage, and he destroyed that show. And that kind of hurt him a little bit. But you know, it is what it is. He knew what the fuck. They didn't set him up on this show, but they set him up afterwards. They got him. You know, the media's dirty. It's a dirty game. He ought to know. You're a radio host. You from the radio. They do radio too. He's a political pundit radio. He knows the shit. But he got exposed not being on the debate show. There you go. He won't be taken seriously. Exactly. He won't be. He won't be taken seriously because it's just I told you. I mean, y'all can praise him destroying Charlemagne. Most people should do that. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, bro. You got to think about that. Think about that. Think about what you're saying. I'm not tripping over here. But if I see anybody co-sign that nigga afterwards and not be on the debate show, I'm clowning you, bro. Like, look, Larry showed his hand. Larry showed who he was. As always, he's always gonna be that dude, man. Like, and then he exposed Charlemagne. But you gotta know. You gotta know your place in society, man. No, Larry, yeah. Yeah, that was a setup. Larry was done. You can't call yourself the man if you ain't on that show. I'm just saying, just be careful what you wish for. Republicans don't play. They pick and choose who they want to on their show. They be listening. They listen to everything. See, Joe Biden got trapped. And if I see no Republican candidates going against him, that means he gonna win next year. Just by default. And that's it. Gavin Newsom is not a good pick because he don't do shit for nobody. So the election is over, you know, as we speak. If he ain't got nobody, the only person they got is Pence. I mean, Pence may turn around, but he better have a huge campaign. I think he may get it, or that Nikki Haley. That's the only two I think. Because since there's no Trump now, if DeSantis something happens to him, you only got but Nikki Haley and Pence. I already know what they're gonna say. I already know what they're gonna say. But most people might back Pence. You better be careful. If Pence coming them crazy ads, and I know it's gonna be government sponsored, by the way. Both sides will be. You're gonna see something. I don't know. I'm just saying Pence may get it. A lot of people say he ain't gonna win. You don't know that. I know he's got connections to the Masonic Order. I did my research, and then Eric John Feltz, before I stopped listening to his goofy ass, he said one of his people said his dad was a 70-year veteran of the Jesuit order, the Masonic order that controls most of the politics in the world. Yeah, he's got connections. Y'all forget who he is? Why you think Trump had them 4 years? Trump didn't do that by himself. That Pence was pulling the strings and told that motherfucker, you don't run nothing around here, boy. And that's for a fucking fact. And the reason he don't run nothing around here, he had to remind them this is their world. This is their planet. They control and manipulate the world. Why you think it goes through them? They try to say conspiracy don't exist. It does exist. The CIA and all them are dirty, man. What do you think happened to Malcolm? Malcolm was killed by the same people he went against. Yeah, it was some niggas did it, but they didn't do it on their own. Niggas ain't that intelligent. That was an invisible hand working there. Somebody paid them niggas to get up Malcolm out of there. The feds was there. Any niggas say the feds had nothing to do with it or the CIA had nothing to do with it, they don't know shit about the world. They're derelict as fuck and don't know shit. First of all, they knew about it. Second of all, Malcolm went against the top for years. Now his daddy was killed by the Klan. Got his get back, years later, when he was older and fucked them up and destroyed them, right? But Malcolm was trying to change shit. When he went overseas, saw the real truth and started getting into the real knowledge and then learning Yah's prayer later on and dropped the Islam shit. I heard some stories. People did research. Yeah, he was going the right path. Guess what happened? They had to pop his ass. He was trying to change shit. And like that. They were scared of him. And guess what happened to King? Same way. He was part of that Masonic shit. And then once he flipped and turned on him, what happened? They blew his brains out. Y'all need to think about this stuff. This stuff is nothing new, bro. It's all documented. They ain't gonna come out and say it because they run shit. They control the media and everything. You got to understand, this stuff came on YouTube for years. People was talking about it. Now it's on other platforms. They can't say nothing about it. Now everybody's doing research. It's too late. Where was y'all when they was actually changing shit? None of you wasn't alive around then. Now Larry Elder was right on the poverty and things. Then that's my grandparents' generation. See, my dad's around. He's 70 years old right now. He just turned 70. That's his generation. And they the same niggas that always want to complain to, and all of them, of course, even us. They have a point, but it's a double-edged sword. Y'all both should not be complaining. See, BGS is a little nigga compared to my father. And my dad's got some years on BGS. BGS was what, born 58? Hell, he's what is he? BGS is 55 years old. Okay, he'll be 60 in 2028, and I'll be what? He'll be 60 and I'll be 40. Think about that. That's some years. That's like almost 20 some years, 20 to 30 years difference. He'll be 60, I'll be 40 around that time. I have a cousin who's born in 68. He'll be 50, I'll be 40. Think about that. No, excuse me. No, 70. Excuse me, 70. My fault. He's 65. Excuse me. BGS is 65. He's born 58. My fault. I get him confused. Like if you're born in 68, 50, I get him confused. Okay, I have a cousin that's born in 68. He'll be 60, which is interesting, right? And I'll be 40. If he was born in 1978, Kobe Bryant would be 50 if he was alive right now. But happy belated birthday to him. Rest in power, rest in peace to the Most High Yah, in his spirits. A great legend. Not a Kobe fan, but a great legend. I knew he's a Virgo, but he would be 45 today if he was alive. But a couple years from now, he would be 50 if he was alive. But he didn't make it. We already know what happened to him. BGS will be what, 70? Excuse me. He'll be 70. See, my dad's 70, and he'll be 70 in what, 2028? My dad already just turned 70 this year, so that's ancient. That generation is damn near gone. They in the 70s right now. So we approaching 40s. If he was born in the 80s, think about it. That's my generation of my family, our peers, cousins, or peers of them, or siblings, or whatever. My siblings is probably mine was born in the late 90s, and I'm the oldest of two. So yeah, this generation ain't gonna listen to Larry Elder like that. No, he's outdated. He's dated, but he's outdated because of his age. Ain't nobody listening to that shit. Y'all been saying that shit for years and niggas wasn't listening. Now you need somebody that be well balanced, but Charlemagne is not it. And Larry Elder's not it. Y'all got to think for yourselves, man, and actually come with the actions of the solutions. Most people don't want to do shit. That's just the truth, man. They just don't want to do a damn thing. Let me see what's in the comments. Let me see something. I think it's between DeSantis, Haley, and maybe Pence or Chris. I don't think it's gonna be Krispy Kreme. I think it's gonna be Haley and Pence. DeSantis, he's got a lot of dirt. I don't think he's gonna win that. No, that torturing shit in Guantanamo Bay, they gonna get him. They gonna body his ass. I know he ain't gonna win. He's too stupid and derelict. He can't even get past it. Most people say that, but I agree with what you say. I want to read the last part you said. But Kringle, yeah, he ain't gonna win that. I don't see Christie winning that. I don't see DeSantis winning that. I'll say Haley and Pence may get it because if they change their tune, come with good ads, they'll be all right. But they ain't beating Biden. None of them's gonna be Biden. They say presidents are selected, not elected. Facts. They are selected by the same people that I just mentioned that Pence is backed by. So don't be surprised if Pence wins this. He's protected by the same people that destroyed our leaders. So we ain't gonna comment on that, but yeah, you get points for that. You getting points that APT's winning tonight. I'm predicting Trump 2024, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, he ain't gonna win that. He's locked up right now. I don't think he's gonna win that. He's through. They got charges on that boy. He ain't getting out. That's fucked up. But they holding him for now. But I don't believe he's gonna win that. He ain't even on the debate stage. That's even bad. It's not looking good for the Republicans. Y'all losing this year. Probably gonna lose next year. A lot of people say Trump 2024. I understand PTV. I ain't mad at you, but he ain't gonna win that. That's just another excuse of people defending this guy. It's over, man. It's a lot to say if I would say on the other platform because I'm gonna say Trump ain't gonna do shit. He did his best, and who cares? I can say what I want. I'm not gonna disrespect the guy like that, but I have to. I can on here because I think I can say it on here. I don't have to use it on another platform. Crazy for saying that shit. I was goofy for saying that. My apologies, y'all. I can talk shit about Trump. Trump is nobody compared to for what I've seen. Hell, I've been looking at battle rap lately. Battle rap is getting heat up. Ill Will is crazy. He's crazy with that fucking He's crazy with that Hitman Holla. That motherfucker's crazy with that Hitman Holla. Oh, I got Marcellus Wiley. Oh, Marcellus is on fire, man. This nigga is awesome. Marcellus Wiley's on fire. That nigga's awesome. I love his show. I missed his show earlier, but he probably switched it a different time. But that dude's a genius. Let's talk about sports media for a minute. I know y'all don't listen to people. I know if y'all listen to sports. We just heard Club Shay Shay has joined the Volume podcast by Colin Cowherd that got fired by ESPN for the Dominican comments. I kind of agree with him on the Dominican culture because it's actually washed, to be honest with you. Ain't nothing great about it. I ain't dissing him, but I'm just saying, like, he made some remarks. A lot of people say it was racial. I don't think it was racial. I think it was the truth. They think they're better than everybody. They're not. You're close to a country that has better greenery than you. And they try to say Dominican is better, which is not true. I mean, I never been, but by the pictures of what I've seen, and people, there's some nice parts and some bad parts, but it's not better than Haiti. Haiti may look violent, but then you can say it's poor, but it has better greenery. Let's just keep it real. That's the better part of the island. The other part, they try and get to Dominican Republic, they crazy. Ain't that much there. It's only nice. It's a few nice parts, but we ain't gonna get into that. If I ever visit, I would visit, but I ain't gonna stay there for like a couple of days. I'm just gonna go next door to Haiti, but you can die in Haiti. I might not. Get some ladies over there, but I ain't got my passport just yet. I will eventually. Because I gotta get some things straightened out before I get it. Countries I would like to go is probably somewhere in Europe, certain parts of that. I may visit some African countries, but I ain't going no damn Arab countries. They some weirdos, you ask me. Let's just keep it real. They some weirdos to me. If I have to go to Arab country, it ain't gonna be no weak ass Dubai. Might not go to Yemen. I might go to something that's presentable. But if I get invited to those countries, that's cool. I'm gonna be respectful. I ain't gonna be like the girl yelling, screaming. But if a girl screaming at me, hey, you know what is? You have no girl, right? They locked her ass up in chains. Ain't no entitled women ruling nothing over there. Them men is serious about that. Think about it. Think about it. That's the truth. Think about it. Because you got people getting upset about Rumble thriving. Rumble is thriving. I'm just gonna tell y'all something. Rumble is thriving. I like it so far of what people is telling me about. I've heard some things. I haven't checked it out yet, but I know Soul and Black's on it. I know everybody was on it. But you gotta understand something. This stuff is wild. It's fucking wild. We ain't gonna press done right away, but I might look at some stuff and see what's going on. And yeah, it's actually interesting what's going on. But Isaiah made a stupid ass comment, even though I'm gonna throw shots at the simp Gilbert Arenas, his little bitch ass, by the way. Fuck that nigga. And he tries to say Steph's the greatest point guard. No, it's not. Magic Johnson's probably one of the greatest point guards to ever did it. Well balanced, 5-time champion. He maintained the 80s. A lot of people say he saved it. No, he did more than say it. He maintained the fray what it is with him and Larry Bird. And Jordan saved the interest of the NBA after it went global. And they loved Michael Jordan. They didn't care for Magic and Bird. Magic Bird was the standard, yes. And then they made it global along with Michael Jordan. It was three guys. It was Magic, Bird, and Jordan. MB and J. Or should I say Irvin Magic Johnson? It's Irvin Johnson. It's EBJ Jordan. Or you could say EBM. EBM or NBA, Magic, whatever, or we should say Michael at the end. It's Irvin Magic Johnson. And you got Larry Bird, Larry Legend. You have Jordan, EBJ, or you can say EBM, like Michael Jordan on the end. It don't matter how y'all acronym wise. Y'all get the picture. They were the standards. He was the best rookie. A lot of great talent in the 80s, but the 80s was all right, but it wasn't the talent. It's in the top 5. But the 90s is a whole nother story. You had all the talent. The 90s basketball was the best. It's number one. Second best era of the 2000s because it's a repeat of the 90s, but better talent. I missed the 2000s. I'm just going to tell you that right now. The third best era. I know I'm going to get some flack from these haters out here. The 60s. The 60s was the best NBA. If you watch basic basketball, there was no street ball and none of this stuff. If you want to learn to organize basketball in its purest form, go watch the 60s, period. The 70s, to me, is in the 5th spot. And the reason I put the 80s, the 4th spot, and the 70s, the 5th spot, is because it was interesting times. The league was on a downhill, but even though it was still had some talent, but it wasn't like the top 3 best. Let's just keep it real. The 60s was brand new. You saw teams, 8 to 14 teams, but there was adding teams during the 60s too, like 66 with the Bulls, the Bucks, and they started adding more teams. And the 70s was good too. That's why it's in the top 5. Yeah, talent. The ABA is what saved it. That's why I put it in the 5th spot, the ABA. And after that, the 80s went where it went, but you got 4 expansion teams at the end of the 80s. That's why the 90s was so great. It's number 1. I got the 2000s, of course, is great. And so the expansion teams like Charlotte, of course, the Bobcats, which are the fake Charlotte Hornets now, but not the real ones like in New Orleans. And we already know people bought this retcon or buying the names of the teams and cities. You know how that goes. But back to Gilbert's bitch ass. He tried to say Steph and Steph say he's the best point guard in the world. No, you're not. You're the best guard in the world, but you're not the best point guard. No, Steph Curry to me is a combo guard. He's like a shooting guard too. He's more like his father. He's a shooter. He ain't no floor general like Magic. Stop it, bro. He ain't even play long. He ain't been more finals than Magic Johnson. No. So he's not better than Magic. No. I agree with Two Raw and everybody from the LDBC. He is not better than Magic Johnson. And Michael Jordan told Stephen A. Smith on a text message, told Steve, I'll slap I'll slap the shit out of the side of your head if you think Curry's better than Magic. He said Magic is still better than Steph Curry. Even the GOAT said it. L. Jordan, the one y'all call God, Michael Jordan. The GOAT said Magic was great as a point guard. Ain't that some shit? And I heard that yesterday, and man, that's some crazy shit. But Gilbert is zero. I don't care if he's a 3-time All-Star. He sends from Melly Monaco. He's a sucker. I don't care if he have much money. He's still a fucking loser. Shouts to Kwame Brown for cooking his punk ass, bro. Gilbert's a bitch, man. I said it. Gilbert Arenas is a bitch. And he don't know shit about basketball. I'm going to body him tonight. That nigga is so garbage. It's not even funny. I used to play ball in the day. I was decent in the day. I used to play defense and all this stuff. But my days was over when I played it. Last time I played, I was like 24. I'm probably out of shape now. I could probably still got a shot or two or some movement, but I'm probably out of ball shape. It's been a minute since I touched the rock. But that dude he was good for only 4 years in the pros, and he was good in college for 4 years. After that, he just became a role player. He was out in the league. Let's look at this clown's stats. Let's look at Gilbert's pathetic ass. Let's look at Gilbert Arenas. This simp right here that's cool with Melly Monaco. And I know, I mean, hey, if you like Melly Monaco, that's cool. But you're a simp. You're still a sucker. Don't know shit. Trying to disrespect the legends. Clown ass nigga. Let's look at your pathetic stats for a minute. Yeah. I'm gonna share y'all some content tonight. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna talk about this shit. I got the wiki on your ass. I do research. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna give y'all some a mouthful. Let me read this shit. This sucker right here trying to say, Magic is not better than Steph Curry. Get out of here. He says some ridiculous essay. His podcast is trash. Get the fuck out of here. Let's read you, nigga. Your name is Gilbert J. Arenas Jr. Figures. Junior being a damn derelict as usual. How old is this nigga? He's what, 41? Dumb as fuck. 41. He just had a birthday. Oh, he's a Capricorn. That figures. I ain't got no problem with Jan Cass, but he's probably the worst one I've ever seen talk the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Now, I ain't saying, and shouts out to the real Capricorns that ain't dumb like Gilbert. But this guy is dumb. At least my cousin Trey's smarter than him. He's a smart Capricorn, but this guy is dumb. Gilbert, you need to stop taking dope and quit trying to be a dope head or something. You got issues. You've been dropped on your head, nigga. Fuck out of here. He attended Great House in Valley Glen. And he's a typical LA dumb nigga. He's dumb as fuck. This is early life. He was born in Tampa, Florida. Oh, Lord. But shouts out to Tampa. Shouts out to Tampa, Florida. I ain't never been to Tampa Bay. But Tampa's okay. I haven't been to see it. Tampa looks nice. But this nigga, that's y'all's nigga y'all represent? This nigga's fraudulent. Okay. Arenas was raised in San Fernando Valley section of Los Angeles. Yeah, he grew up in LA as an idiot, of course. But he's born in Tampa. His family should have stayed in Florida. What's wrong with Florida? Weird. Okay. Ulysses S. Grant High School, typical. Another racist. Out of here. He went to Ulysses S. Grant High School. His 25 is retired by the school. He went to a weak-ass racist school, man. Get out of here. Arenas played basketball at the University of Arizona. Okay, he was decent in Arizona. We already know. He's part of that 2001 draft, all Pac-10. Okay. Let's read his side shit. I'm going to talk shit today. We're gonna talk shit today. He's 41. We already know that. The nigga's 6'4". I'm taller than he is. I know he weighs more because he done gained all that fat. He's 215. Typical guard. He's 6'4". And I'm 6'5" and a half. I'm past 6'4". My dad's 6'4", but Gilbert's an idiot. He's an idiot. It's a shit guard. I'll never take what he says on that podcast. But shouts out to Raw. I'm just gonna school to say, okay, nigga, you went to high school. He went to Grant High School. It's known as Ulysses S. Grant High School, by the way. It's in sorry ass LA. College career 99, 2001. So he played 99, 2000, 2001. Okay, typical. 2001, second round draft pick, 31st overall pick. I remember this draft too. I remember he got drafted. He was a nobody, but he was selected by the Golden State Warriors. He was selected by the Golden State Warriors. His playing career, 2001 from 2013. He didn't last long. He was around. Gilbert Arenas was around back then. But after that, he was out the league. 2013, okay. He played with the Shanghai Sharks. That's in China. So he played in China. He was already out the league. He played in Memphis in 2012. I do remember him with the Grizzlies. Yes, I remember him with the Orlando Magic 2010 and 2011. I think, was Dwight Howard playing at the time? I believe he was. Yeah, Dwight was playing at that time. He was Dwight Howard's teammate. Typical. His best years was in Washington. I do know that. The Wizards still trash though. He was with the Warriors for like 3 years. He played with Golden State for 3 years. Yeah, I remember him in Golden State 2001 and 2003. In 2003, if you play NBA Live, he was on there. He was okay, but he wasn't great. Okay, Golden State Warriors. Let's read what it says about him. After productive college, Arenas was selected the 2001 NBA draft despite strong consideration from many teams in the first round. Arenas fell in the second round, being selected with the 31st pick overall pick by the Golden State Warriors. Arenas would wear the number 0 on his jersey. Significantly, the number of minutes in that experts predicted he would play coming. He would play coming from a small high school going to a college powerhouse in Arizona. The Arenas started 30 games and averaged 10.9 points per game for the Warriors, who finished in last place in the Western Conference. But that season in 2002 and 03, or you could say 2002 or 03, like we say back in the day, 2003, 2002 or 03 season, right? His sophomore season, Arenas received the NBA's Most Improved Player. Yeah, he was Most Improved Player award, okay, and was Most Valuable Player of the rookie season. I mean, rookie and sophomore game during the NBA All-Star Weekend. This is Golden State era. I remember this. Here's his Washington years. Became restricted free agent. Flipped and decided to go to the Clippers, including the Washington Wizards and the Los Angeles Clippers. But the Washington Wizards offered him a 6-year, $60 million contract. So he played with him for 6 years. Y'all know the history. I ain't gonna read this bullshit. I don't have to disrespect this nigga. You know, I ain't gonna read. Y'all know the rest. Orlando, of course, he wore number 1. His career was finished. He played with the Grizzlies, Shanghai Sharks. Broadcasting career, we already know what he's about. Has 4 children with Laura Govin, whom he dated in 2002 until 2014. Arenas met Govin while he was playing with the Warriors, and Govin worked with the Sacramento Kings public relations department. He was effing management in the NBA. They got tired of his ass. Cousins is one of Arenas' cousins is Javier Arenas. Professional football, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, so let's look at his point average. Hold on, let's look at his point average. Okay, 2001, he scored 10.9 points per mere game. Second year with Golden State. He played with him for 2 years. My fault. He played with him for 2 years. Okay, he played Golden State for 2 years. His sophomore season, 18.3, 18.3 points per mere game. But that was the sophomore season. He's most improved. He played 82 seasons. But he also played with Washington, played 55 games. Games played 55. He scored 19 points. He scored 19.6 points per game. But that next year, 05, he played with 25.5 points per game. And he scored 29.3 points per game. That's in 06. His best years was, I hate to say this, it has to be 05 and 06. It was 2004, 2005 season, and also 2006. He was up there. Now, 2007, his three best years was from 05 and 07 when I was in high school. That's when he was mostly talked about. I think he was a three-time All-Star those years. And after that, nigga, you fell off. You went right back to 19 points, 13 points, and then you had a 22 on 2010, and then you fell off and became a role player. But your career average is 20.7. So, yeah, and in his playoff career is, I mean, he scored 34 points in 06, but out of that, he didn't do much. He did good for Washington in 05 and 06, but didn't do much. And then he dropped total in Washington 08. He just got trash afterwards and then missed the playoffs. He missed 2010. He missed 09. Shout out to Basketball Fast for breaking it down. But I got the stat for you right. This nigga right here. He's a set for Melly Monaco. Hey, three-time NBA All-Star, 2005 through 07. I told you what his points per game was. All-NBA second team, 2007, one time. Two-time All-NBA third team. Two-time all-time NBA third team. Yeah, he's All-NBA third team twice, second team once. Most improved player 2003. After that, you're a three-time former All-Star, so you ain't really shit, nigga. A lot of people try to say he ain't get no chance. I know he's a bum. I can't take a three-time All-Star seriously. I just can't. A nigga like Gilbert Arenas is trash talking about and letting Steph Curry say he's been the Magic Johnson. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I'm just gonna take this off my screen. I ain't got time to look at that shit. That shit's wild to me. 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 This nigga sent for Melly Monaco, right? A three-time former All-Star bum that didn't win a championship. Now, if I was Gilbert Arenas' side, I would have won some championships. I would have trained and did like he said he did. But nigga, what happened those years you missed the playoffs? Talking about you better than everybody. Nigga, stop it. You shouldn't even have a podcast. Let me tell you something. Shaquille O'Neal should have a podcast because he can talk about his accomplishment and have better guests. Yo, Gilbert, you was a role player the rest of the years. What happened to that? As soon as he stopped wearing number 0, that nigga was finished. Basketball Facts 2.0 said this, and I'm glad I researched it. I know he was a three-time All-Star, but damn, Gilbert. Points like that in those years I was in high school and you fell off. What happened after those 3 years? What you been doing, nigga? Nigga, what you been doing? That nigga's been, I think he was tricking the whole rest of the years as a role player. That's why he like Melly Monaco. Man, this nigga been tricking. That nigga's been tricking the whole time. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. If it ain't tricking, if you got it. Little old Gilbert. Gilbert Arenas, little old Gilbert. Bum. Let me cook this nigga. Bum. Bum ass nigga, man. Don't you ever say Magic ain't the greatest. Hell, Irvin Magic Johnson is the greatest player of all time, damn it. Let's talk about Magic. The legend, one of my top favorite point guards, right beside, I would say I have him. I have him, Oscar Robertson. I have him, Oscar Robertson. I have Nate Tiny Archibald. You know, I used to watch him some highlights when I was a kid at 10 years old. He was cold. He was dope. I have him, Oscar Robertson, Nate Archibald. I have John Stockton. He's a Hall of Famer. Liked him. And then I also have Isaiah Thomas. He's in my top 5. I'm not a big Isaiah Thomas fan, Zeke, but he gets my respect. And then I got top 10 point guards like Bob Cousy. I can go on and on. I got Iverson used to be a point guard. He's a shooting guard. He's a combo guard. He's different. But that's a whole nother story. I mentioned I know about Allen Iverson's research. All right, I can tell you what he is. He's a multiple time all-star in Gilbert Arenas. He tried to be like Allen Iverson. The fuck out of here, nigga. Gilbert Arenas is a bum. Let's type in Magic Johnson. We know his name is Irvin Magic Johnson. He owns everything. Let's type in Magic. I can read it off to you, but Magic is a legend. We already know he's from Magic just turned 64 last week. Magic is 64 years old, so he's born in 59. He'll be 65 next year. Magic will be 70 in 2029. In 2029, Magic will be 70 years old. I'm surprised I don't know if he's got HIV or not. I won't say allegedly. I'm just going to leave it alone. But shouts out to Magic, man. Some people say he has it and don't have it. His playing career was 79 to 91. It was cut short. He came back in 96. 99, 2000. They say he played, let's see, like as a player, but 2000, it was the Magic Great Danes. The Great Danes in 2000. He played with the Magic M7 Boras. I don't know who they are. He played with the Boras, and it's some type of league. Hold on. It's a professional basketball club based in Sweden. Oh, he was overseas. Okay, cool. Magic wasn't fully retired as a professional, but he did retire in the NBA in 96. He didn't come back after that, but he did play in the professionally. You can look at the wiki. I can read them off to you. Coach with the Lakers in 94. He tried that. He didn't like it. Early life, I know he's from Langston, Michigan. We already know Magic's average. Career average was 19.5 points per mere game. Rebounds, 7.2 rebounds per point per mere game. His assists is 11.2. He's the pass first point guard of all time. So his assist ratio is 10,141 assists, but it also averaged 11.2 assists per mere game. His point average, Magic's got 17,707 points. He scored 19 points per mere game. It's almost 20 points, but he had like almost 12 assists. Magic's Olympic gold medalist in 1992. And the FIBA Americas Championship 1992, that was in Portland. Barcelona, the Olympic Games, yeah. So it is what it is. Yeah, Magic's a legend, man. He's a legend. Y'all already know. So Gilbert, we're gonna cook for you tonight. He did. He ain't the GOAT. He's a fraud. No, he's not no point guard. He's a small forward. I would never know. He's not even close. I already said what I said. No, LeBron, you got to take that up to 2 Raw. He'll tell you, no, that man is not even a point guard. He's a point. They try to call him a point forward. Dude, you're a small forward, bro. And if he tries to be like Magic, but and a lot of younger generation don't know that Magic may not have a jump shot, but he improved his mid range every year. Now he didn't have a mid range in '84, got exposed, but came back the next year, improved on it, and won. So let's read off Magic. Let's read off Magic. I'm gonna read them off to you. Better yet, I'll show it to you. I'm at it right now. I'll read it off to you. Let me take my ass off the screen. Let y'all try to see it. If y'all have glasses or a microscope, you can see it. But I'll read this off to you. It says 5-time NBA champion from 1980, 1982, 85, 87, 88. He wasn't supposed to win 88. He could have won the years in the 80s, but it was unfortunate. He was the difference against Isaiah. Isaiah's ankle would hurt. Pistons would have got 3, but Magic would have got more than 4. He could have won in 81. That's just me personally, but Magic's career, way it went. Okay, 3-time NBA Finals MVP, 1980, 1982, 1987. He did that shit. 3-time NBA MVP, the most valuable player, 1987, 89, and 1990. 1990, he was before the sickness. 12-time NBA All-Star, 1980, from 1982 to all the way to 1992. NBA All-Star Weekend, 1992, Orlando. I remember that. Played in Orlando. I remember seeing the highlights of it too when I got older at 10, but I remember that game when I was a kid too, that 92 All-Star. He was talked about. I've seen that. And I think Dennis Rodman was at that All-Star game as well with the Defensive Player of the Year 2 years prior. 2-time NBA All-Star Game MVP, 1990, 1992. 9-time All-NBA First Team, 1983 to 1991. All-NBA Second Team, 1982. The NBA All-Rookie Team, 1980. 4-time NBA Assist Leader, 1983, 1984, 86, and 87 in the 80s. 2-time NBA Steals Leader, 1981, 1982. He had defense now. The defensive era in his era that you could steal the ball in fast break transition. He's the IBM Award 1984, Lifetime Achievement Award, the IBM, of course. NBA Lifetime Achievement Award 2019. I remember seeing that that thing at the time when I was watching TNT. I remember him getting that award too. I remember seeing that on television. NBA Anniversary Team, the 50 greatest of all time, 50th anniversary, and he's part of that 75th anniversary team as well in 2021. He's a part of that. Magic's a part of that. I've seen that ceremony. Number 32, retired from the Lakers. NCAA champion 1979 with the Spartans. Michigan State. Final Four most outstanding player 1979. Consensus first team All-American 1979. NABC, second team All-American, third team All-American. Number 33, retired by Michigan Spartans. First team parade All-American 1977. Of course, McDonald's 1977. I tell you, this man is great. And y'all gonna tell me he's not the greatest point guard of all time. I just rolled off those stats. Shouts out to the Lions Den basketball community and the rest of the brothers. Keep giving Gilbert Arenas this work. And Stephen A. Smith, or should we say Snitch, the crybaby. Woo! It's been an hour. I had to rattle off them stats. I had to talk about sports tonight a little bit. That's why I've been watching people, because they ain't nothing on in the summer. But, you know, it's just crazy to show that irked me, too, because I like Magic growing up. I used to read about him. I see some highlights. I remember him in the 96 when he came back. He wasn't the same Magic what he was, but I did remember in 91 with that shot against Jordan. Even though I like Michael Jordan, you know, won the game, but I respect Magic when I read about him, saw some highlights as a kid. I respected this game. Magic was the dude in the 80s. I give it to him. How he beat Larry Bird, yeah. The Lakers was something else. Yeah, man. Like, salute to him. Yeah, I know he owns the Commanders, but we ain't gonna get into that. But y'all telling me he's not the greatest point guard in the world? Y'all must be smoking crack. These younger generation want to diminish him and everything else, but you know how it is. Yeah, that's all I got, man. The sports world's crazy. People's talking about a lot of things. They trying to disassociate with Magic, act crazy, and it's just real, man. It's so real out here. It's not even funny anymore. Niggas will say anything to get on. They said breaking news: WWE superstar Bray Wyatt dead at 36. Man, it's not good to hear. He's born 87. Damn. Rest in peace. I don't know. I don't even watch wrestling like I used to. That is a shame. I ain't gonna say another one bites the dust. I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but man, what a waste. Y'all gotta stop taking these steroid drugs or something, man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop doing it. You young fellas out there, stop trying to be cute out here. He said I'm not showering because NBA dude, stop it, bro. Oh no, Melly brought that Anna versus DD. Oh Lord, Anna's ugly. Melody done fell off. I'm sorry, she done fell off. Shouts out to Melly, but she done fell off. Her content is not what it used to be. Zor into the mean stuff. Little Bahamas vibe. Shouts out to Yoki. She don't post like she used to. I guess she's putting on members only. But salute to Yoki, man. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. She's taking a break. She needed, yeah. Once you get a million, man, you let that thing pile up. You let that thing pile up. Club Shay Shay and all this stuff. But yeah, y'all, but shouts out to Mike, APTV. Salute to y'all for coming through, man. And the ones in the class, salute to y'all. Appreciate the likes, y'all. Yeah, that's all I got. I just want to talk about my sports and doing my thing, but it is what it is. I will see y'all next Thursday. But yeah, this is all I got. Yeah, Larry Elder, he was a fraud, man. Like I didn't co-sign Larry Elder like that. I told y'all what he was, and then they got the last laugh. So they set him up at the end. They didn't set him up on his show, but they set him up at the end. But I'm telling you, it is what it is. But I had to speak on the sports segment for a minute. I know it's a long time. I know it's over the 5 minute mark. I'm 7 minutes in, but I have to say that. But y'all listen to niggas like Gilbert Arenas that be simping for Melly Monaco. Stop it, bro. I can't take this nigga seriously. And then you trying to say Magic ain't great? The fuck out of here. Yeah, I read off his stats, but I've seen some highlights of Magic, and I've seen some years that he played. I saw as a kid growing up in the '90s, in '96 when he came back, he was decent. That's when he gained a lot of weight, but Magic was Magic. Magic loved his Lakers. He was the franchise. He didn't go nowhere. Very, very loyal to the Lakers. Very for that organization. That's it. But that's all I got, man. Like a lot of weird things going on YouTube, but YouTube is what it is. I told you that lawsuit is hurting them, and they can't bounce back from that. So until next time, man. Like we'll talk about current events as always, a little political stuff in sports, and see what's going on YouTube, of course. And Albert Breach, they celebrating that the flimsy boys getting knocked off. Hey, they got to do what they got to do now. Warned y'all, stay away from them. Everybody's doing their thing, but I salute to y'all. But I'll be back this coming up Thursday. Next Thursday, the uh the 72th edition, the 72nd edition. Yeah, the 72nd edition. Yeah, the 72nd edition of the Thursday Thrills, of course. You know how it is. And we're gonna talk about something interesting. I don't know what the next week is gonna be this week, But we have to talk about it. But that Republican debate was just a disaster. It was a shit show. But you already know how it is. So with that, until next time, shalom to the people, Yisrael, of course, to the Gentiles, to y'all too. Shalom to everybody. And I will see y'all on the 72nd edition of Thursday Thrills. Until next time, I'm signing off and I'm out.